Hello friends. Again, we have to discuss about the chapter number 3, issue of shares. This is lecture number 2 on methods of issue of shares. I myself, Parit Sangvikar, DYK College of Commerce, Nasik. In the previous video, we have already learned about the classification of share capital. In that classification, already we have discussed about the various terms like authorized capital, issued capital, unissued capital, subscribed capital, unsubscribed capital, called up capital, uncalled capital, reserve capital, paid up capital, and call in arrears. For these methods, this classification of shares is most important because that terms are most important for issue of shares. Let's discuss methods of issue of shares. Whenever company required a money, they have to issue the shares to the public. Definitely they have a different choices to collect the money from the various sources. The sources are they have to issue to the public directly. It is called a public offer. It may be issued to the existing equity shareholders. This will happen to the company which is already existing. If the company is new, they want to introduce in the market, then public offer is the first choice of any public company. If the company is running the business and they required a capital, it may be they will give the chance to the existing equity shareholders to collect the capital. Third one, there may be possibility the company will give the chance to the employee, definitely a permanent employee, to purchase a share rather than they want to go for the public. It is depend upon the how much need of the capital. If need of the capital is huge, definitely the company will not go for this choice. And the last one is the private placement. The company collect the capital from the private sources, financiers. Basically, it is depend upon the how much amount required for the company. If the company required a very minimum amount, they can go or they can use this choice for a private placement. This is one of the important part for the chapter number 3, methods of issue of shares. So there are 4 methods: public offer, existing equity shareholders offer, offer to the existing employee, and offer to the private placement. In this video, we are going to discuss about the only 2 parts of this methods: public offer and existing equity shareholder offer. In the next video, we will discuss about the existing employees offer as well as the private placement offers. In public offer, there are two parts. They can go for the IPO or they can go for the FPO. IPO, initial public offer, and FPO, further public offer. We will discuss in the next slides. Just we have to given some important points. Offer to the existing equity shareholders, right issue, and bonus issue. So in this video, we have to discuss that particular 2 points: offer to the public and offer to the existing equity shareholders. Before we want to go for the offer, we must know that what are the methods of pricing methods. Basically, there are two types of price: fixed price issue method and book building method. Fixed price issue method. The name indicate that the price is fixed. Book building method. Book building method is one of the most important method in the pricing. In the next slide, again, we will discuss about that. What is meant by fixed, what is meant by book building. Fixed price method. The name indicated that definitely a price is fixed. Nowadays, whenever we want to purchase a cloth, and if we entered in any maximum shop, they have given the that word fixed price. For that particular fixed price method, the company issue the prospectus. What is the prospectus? Already we are learning in the 11th. All the information of the company with the application form is called the prospectus. In that prospectus, company includes its quantity of the shares and the price of the shares. For example, the ABC company, they want to issue the 40,000 equity shares. And they have given the price is ₹10 each. It means that those persons who are ready to purchase the share of ₹10 each, definitely they will apply. Investors have to pay face value of share along with the application form. Already I have told in the prospectus, there should be an application form. Face value, the value of share which is to be mentioned in the prospectus, it is called the face value of shares. Here the face value is already written. So price is fixed, quantity is fixed. It is called the fixed price issue method. The company understands the demand for its share only after the subscription. Even though company are issuing the shares of ₹10 each, it is depend upon the subscription, whether it is the over subscription or whether it is the under subscription. If it is under subscription, it means that the public are not ready to purchase the shares of ₹10 each. If it is an over subscription, it means that we have mismatched the amount. If the amount will maybe more, it is the public will definitely purchase. It is depend upon the over subscription and under subscription. Again, it is also depend upon the goodwill of the organization. If the company is new, definitely they will go for the fixed price. The company can issue the shares at par or at premium. What is at par? Face value and market value is same. It is called at par. Face value is less than market value. It is called premium. Afterwards, again, we will discuss about that. This method is used for all types of issues like public issue, IPO, right issue for the existing shareholder, ESOS, employee stock option schemes. This is one of the most important statement we will definitely use for the true or false, or maybe the fill in the blanks. So this is called a fixed price issue method. Book building method. It is a security can be issued by fixed price method or through book building method. Book building is one type of building, one type of bid. Already, if you know that in IPL, in cricket, IPL, there is a bidding of the players. Those who pay more, that player is goes to that side. Here is also the same one. Book building is a process of raising the funds from the investor, whereby investor have to quote the number of securities and the price at which they want to acquire the securities. The investor has a choice. Suppose I want to invest my money to that particular ABC company. For example, their price of ₹10, but I know that this company is this company's future is very good, so I will quote for the 15 rupees. Also, I want a 1000 shares. This is called a number of quote of the securities and price. It is one type of bidding. For that, the company issued a red herring prospectus. It means that the color of the prospectus is red. It contains price range and price band. Price range, what is the maximum price and what are the minimum price. Price band, what are the price of that particular shares, where the investors have to quote the prices of the security. In the next slide, again, I will explain with a chart. For the price band, what is price band? Includes two prices, floor price and cap price. Floor price is the lowest price of the price band. Suppose the price band is ₹100 to 300, 100 to 500. So 100 is a floor price because it is the lower price of the price band. Less than 100, nobody will quote. But from that 100, means more than 100, it will be quoted by the investor. Cap price is the highest price of the band. It is also called the selling price. Highest price. I have given the example 100 to 300. So 100 rupees is the floor price and 300 rupees is the cap price. So investors can quote any number of shares which they are willing to buy at any price with the price band. Suppose I want to purchase a 500 rupees shares of ₹200. I have quote that particular price and number of shares. It is a bidding process. That bidding is kept open for 5 days. Between the 5 days, whatever the investors can quote, then it will be decided by the company. Let's see one chart. That one of the company wants to issue 1,000 shares to the public. Their cap price is 300 and floor price is rupees 100. Floor price, minimum price of the shares. Cap price, maximum price of the shares. There are 6 investors. I have taken the example. There are 6 investors. They have to quote their price. First one have quote 200. They want 200 shares of rupees 300 rupees per share. It means that they have bidding a cap price. Another person want 300 equity shares for the price of 280. The third one again required 300 equity shares or share of rupees 275. Next one have given the bidding to 200 equity shares of rupees 250. And then last two are given 150 shares of rupees 200 each, and the last one is given 100 equity shares of rupees 100. This is the quote by the investor. It is depend upon the company choice to whom we have given. Basically, the company will give the shares to whom definitely those quote a more price rather than the numbers. In the next slide, again, I will explain that particular with the chart. The 1,000 shares to the public. There is some same example I have taken. Due to the 1,000 shares, because company want only 1,000 shares. So that's why that 1,000. First 200, because the bid cap price is there, definitely they will get the shares. Second one is the highest one, so that's why they will get the shares. Third one is also the highest one, they will get the shares. Next one will be the again highest one, they will get the shares. There is a cut-off price. Floor price 100 rupees, the lowest price. Cap price 300 rupees. Cut-off price. Cut-off price, how you calculate the cut-off price? See the left one number of shares. 200 plus 300 plus 300 plus 200. It means that where there is a thousands of shares are closed, it is called the cut-off price. It means that less than 250, those are required, or those who are bid, they will not get anything. It means that those required of 150 shares of rupees 200, the company will not give the shares to that particular company. Even though the last number is 1,000, they require 1,000 shares of rupees 100, even though they are not given by the company. Are you understood what is meant by the floor price, what is meant by the cap price, what is meant by the cutoff price, how the company will cut off this section? That's why we have taken this example in a one chart. The investor have to submit bid and application money to the lead merchant of the book tenants. The bank enter the bid in a book. Already we have discussed about that. The company decided the cut price on the basis of highest and best bid received from the investor. In the previous example, already we have seen that that 200 shares of rupees 250 is our cutoff price, and these all are the highest price of the bids. Cutoff price is also called the issue price because they are issuing that particular price. Company issue a prospectus which contain the final price of the shares. Issue price is the cutoff price. Book building method is used for issue of at the time of IPO and FPO. Now, the method of public issue. We have taken in the first slide, we have seen that there are 4 methods. In this video already we have discussed the only 2. IPO, initial public offer. Basically, those company who are required a money for on a huge amount, they basically go for this process, IPO. Whenever company is new and they want to raise the finance for a fixed asset, maybe building, maybe machineries, they always go for the initial public offer or IPO, because this amount they can use for a long period of time. As and when company is running on, they have to use that amount. Whenever company is newly incorporated, it means that establishment, registered, this offers to its shares for sale to the general public for very first time. It is the initial means it is the initial stage of the company. It is called the initial public offer. Offer to the public in a initial stage of a company, it is called the IPO. While making a IPO, company has to follow the rules and regulation of a SEBI. SEBI means Security Exchange Board of India. It is one of the institution who protect the investors from the fraudulent company. And what is the position of a company before IPO and after IPO? Before IPO, company can collect the money from privately because the company is not listed with the SEBI, Security Exchange. So before IPO, company is unlisted. After IPO, company becomes a listed of a company. If company want to issue the IPO, they have to follow the rules and regulation of a SEBI. It means that it should be registered with the SEBI so that it is called a listed company. Before IPO, the shares are privately purchased or sold. But after IPO, because of the company is listed company with the SEBI, the shares can be easily purchased or sold in the open market. So whenever there is a purchase and sold, The price is most important. It is depend upon on which price the company will issue the shares. It is a depend upon the company choice. So a company can make IPO through fixed price method or book building method. Here it is depend upon the goodwill of the company. It is depend upon on what sources or on what business they will deal. It is depend upon whether that company is a part of another company. It is all are depend upon the share market, because whenever we want to invest our money in any company, we have to think about all these points. Second, further public offer. Follow on public issue. Further public offer. After IPO, if company required money, it is called a further public offer or issue. When company issue the shares to the public after an IPO, it is called a further public issue. Every issue of shares by a listed company after its IPO, it is called FPO. Before IPO, the company are sold or purchased the shares privately. After IPO, definitely it is a listed company. So that's why FPO helps to increase in subscribed capital, because already the company is listed. Already, if it is listed and another amount are required by the company, it means that the subscribers are definitely more. It is again depend upon the goodwill, dealing of the business of the company. Next, offering shares to the existing equity shareholders. If the company not required a huge amount of capital, definitely the company go for this option. Issue of shares to the existing equity shareholders. Those who are already shareholders of the company, as well as existing word is most important. Those who are already sold their share is not existing shareholders. So existing word is one of the most important here. The company will give the offer at two ways: a right issue and bonus share. Right issue, it is issue to the existing shareholder. So it is a right of the existing shareholder to collect or to purchase first. It is called a right issue. Bonus shares, the share which is to be given to the existing shareholder without anything purchase. It means that without it is free of cost. It is called a bonus share. Let's we discuss what is meant by right issue. When a company want to raise the capital, it can issue the shares to existing shareholder in proportion to their existing shareholdings. Such an issue of share is called right issue of shares. Here the word proportion. Proportion means how much of the existing shareholder holding the shares. Suppose one of the shareholder hold 100 and second one is 50 as per the proportion they will give. Those who have 100, those who have 50, definitely those who have holding the 100 share, they will get the more. It is called a proportion to their existing shareholding. It is called a right issue. Whenever company makes a new issue or further issue of shares, it is a right of the existing shareholder to preemptive right, first right, to subscribe to the new shares offered by the company, because they are the owners of the company. It is a right of that particular owners to purchase first, and then the company will go for the outsiders. So that's why it is a right issue. It may be possibility there is a short notes on that particular right issue. Then what are the provisions? The right issue are sold to the existing shareholder. Again and again, that word is most important. Existing. Those shareholder who have sold the shares, he is not a existing shareholders. Those who have hold the shares, it is called the existing shareholder. At a price which is definitely less than a market price. Suppose the market price of the share is rupees 250. Suppose we have taken the example of the previous one. Definitely company will give the less than market price, because they are the owners of the company. They are the existing equity shareholders of the company. So that's why this facility is given to the existing shareholder. For that, the company has to send a letter of offer to the existing equity shareholders. First, the company have to take a decide in a board meeting. They have to send the letter of offer, means whatever offer is given by the company to the existing shareholder, it is called a letter of offer. The letter includes the number of share offered, how much shares is offered, it is depend upon against the holding, existing holding of the shareholders. The period of offer, it should not be less than 15 days and not more than 30 days. So that's why maximum period is 1 month. Right to renounce means the shareholder have a right to give up their shares in favor of any other person. If the person don't want this one, but they want to issue the shares on another person, it is called a renounce. The letter offer can be sent to the registered post, speed post, courier, or through electronic mode. Nowadays, most of the companies are prefer the electronic mode rather than the registered. If the shareholder does not respond to the right issue within a stipulated time here is 1 month or 30 days, it assumes that that particular shareholder are not interested for in the offer. So company can offer the unsold shares persons or investors. That unsold share they can be sell to the public or maybe another existing equity shareholder. It is the right of the board of directors of the company. Next, which is very popular, a bonus shares or bonus issue. The shares which is given to the free of cost, but the condition is that the share is fully paid up. What is meant by fully paid up? If the share value is rupees 100, and only 50% share of the call paid by the one of the shareholder, they are not entitled to get the bonus shares because the shares are not a fully paid up shares. It issue free of cost to the existing shareholder. There is no any amount required to pay by the existing shareholder, totally a free of cost. It should be issued in proportion of shareholding. Proportion is one of the most important word. Those person who hold the more share, they will get the more bonus shares. Which company issue the shares? Sound company can issue the bonus shares. Sound means those who have enough profit. Already they have distributed dividend, and even though they have a balance, those companies called a sound company. Those company who are in loss, they never be issue the bonus shares. Those company who are not in a position to pay the dividend regularly, they are not in a position to issue the shares. So that was sound company is most important. Bonus shares are issued out of accumulated profit or reserve. Already I have told that the bonus shares is always issued out of accumulated profit or reserve. Accumulated profit, the profit of previous year kept aside for future calamities. Reserve, some part of the profit we have set aside for a future, and if the amount is more, then that amount can be used for issue of bonus shares. In this video, we learn the methods of issue of shares. Only two methods we are discussing in this video: public offer to the existing equity shareholders. Thank you very much. In the next video, we will discuss about the two offers which are offer to the existing employee and offer to the private placement.